Why did we start YouTube? Well, the quick and simple easy answer is Steve made us.
Here we go.
Looking forward to this, Paul. Should be good.
We have to learn something every day from anyone.
Why?
What motivates me is myself.
Why?
You have to do it for yourself.
Why?
I'm trying to tell my stories my way.
Like, you want to tell your story your way, have it recorded forever.
I do like the storytelling process, and that's my thing.
I want to provide for them, quality videos with a little bit of a storyline.
I love being a storyteller.
Pourquoi? How's my French?
Honestly, I just love making videos.
Eric can agree.
I've been trapped in the basement for 2 years.
Why?
Call for help. This is not a joke.
Why did I start a YouTube channel?
It's a bit of a hobby, really.
It's a big passion that began as a hobby.
I was actually encouraged by people on Twitter. I have a sizable Twitter account.
I'm good at social media, and I want to use it as a positive influence.
I want my channel to benefit other people, just like the way other people's channels benefited me when I started photography.
I suppose my inspiration initially was my friend John Allen, who kept telling me to start a YouTube channel.
To me, it's simple. We need to improve our mental health by learning how to turn our passions into profits.
And when I heard I could possibly get paid for it.
And then at some point, I started making money with that.
On YouTube, it was a no-brainer.
But many people need help, mentorship, modeling how to achieve those things, how to take a growth mindset and turn it into a real thing.
So why did I start my YouTube channel? Well, that's a good question.
What's the point? What's our why? Why do we do what we do? When this question came to me at the start of this year, I wondered how people from all over the world would answer that question. Why do I YouTube?
Hard to keep anybody's attention, right?
I'm just curious, where's everyone from? I'm from...
The question is, why did you get on YouTube?
That's a hard question. I mean, I could give you the easy, creative outlet.
For me, I need another outlet to be creative.
The reason that I started my YouTube channel and my motivation is pretty much the same thing, just as an ability to go and tell stories, and just having the ability to be creative and just use as much creativity as possible to try to tell visual stories that ultimately make sense.
I think I was initially inspired to create stuff that made people had like a wow factor or make people think, oh, that's kind of cool.
The problem with me, I have no filter, so I had to get other people involved to be my filter.
For the first purpose was probably like anybody else, to just put random videos online. That was how YouTube was back in the day.
So I will just have an idea and I will run with it.
Steve came to us a couple of years back and said, hey, let's try making YouTube videos.
Focus on this.
Steve and Eric both like doing the production side of things. And I think Steve just felt bad and wanted to bring me along so I wouldn't be left out.
There's more to it than that.
More recently, I've been wanting to use photos and videos to kind of portray my real passion, which is travel.
And there's a lot of creators out there like, Casey Neistat.
I was first inspired by watching a Casey Neistat video called Do What You Can't.
There's so many people who inspire me.
Even being in my 50s, I thought, you know what? I love to make videos.
And when I watch their videos and the way it makes me feel and the way that it motivates me to go out and do things and create, that's exactly what I want to pass on to other people.
But we've been doing it for 2.5 years now and it's a lot of fun. So thank you, Steve.
You're welcome, and I apologize to anyone who watches us.
I think it's a complex question. It's definitely more complex than just who are you, what are you doing?
I think travel is just more than places. It's the stories and moments we experience when we travel.
We are not only Cusco or Machu Picchu.
And it's a change that we feel when we get out of our comfort zone.
Unfortunately, my country doesn't support the art and traditions. And that is crazy because we are a multicultural country. So for me, it's very important to show the beauty of Peru, all the history, culture, natural places, exquisite gastronomy and craft that we have.
And I wanted to bring these experiences to people
I want to inspire them and make them feel something.
People really wanted to see more of me because I had done a video where I talked about during the pandemic how people were alone.
I came up with the idea for Rat Tail because I was really struggling with the pandemic, with quarantine.
And it took off and people wanted to see more, so here I am.
In October, the election was coming up. Was doing a lot of thinking about what was going on in our country, especially around like the racial reckoning. One night, a New Kids on the Block song came on and I was brought back to a level of joy that I felt only when I was a kid, when I was obsessed with them. Chris, let's just try this out. Like, let's just listen to New Kids on the Block and let's just have fun.
Just do it, have fun, people.
Why do I YouTube?
I've always loved movies and video and stuff, but I always thought it was so complicated to do. And
It's almost an immortality kind of thing. It's a way for you to carry on after you're gone.
when you actually start getting into it, camera, mic, yourself.
I wanted to do video for the longest time, and I was afraid to do video for the longest time.
Hopefully a good story to tell.
I discovered another YouTube channel called Yes Theory, and it helped me get over my fear of doing the YouTube thing.
I don't know, I just took the plunge.
I just wanted to give some way to preserve a little bit of me, I guess.
At the end of the day, this is my footprint. This is what will surpass me. When I'm dead and gone, my kids, and their kids could look back and see this spirit right here and everything that it did. And I like to say that that's going to be a positive impact. Only history will tell. 2 years ago, I took the stance in being a more active YouTuber because I felt like I had a good, keen understanding on generating income in creative ways. My mind goes back to my younger days starting out, where I was always broke and I always was trying to survive. And there was many opportunities I could have capitalized on that nobody told me about. So I use my content to sometimes talk back to that young me.
The reason I do this? It's a great question. And I turn to my trusty whiteboard to read a quote directly to you from the book, The Big Leap. It's called the Universal Success Mantra. I expand in abundance of success and love every day as I inspire those around me to do the same.
YouTube's perfect for that, right?
What motivated me into starting my YouTube channel was to have a place where I can call home, that I can upload and put out anything that I create, whether it was a skit, whether it was a short film.
Because we can create almost anything we want on YouTube, for the most part.
I had visions of doing feature films. I wanted to make films.
Where?
Well, there's many reasons why I started a YouTube channel. There's a lot of things that's keeping me motivated, able to connect with other dope creators on this platform.
Why?
So I started in the film industry probably 16 years ago.
For a living, I'm a full-time television producer, so I edit video and shoot video for a living. And I love it, don't get me wrong. However,
Really just wanted to add some value really to what I was doing. If I have had to look stuff up and I've had to ask people about the things that I'm trying to achieve, surely there are other people out there who are doing the same sort of thing.
I want to know like how people did it and like how it worked.
I want my channel to be a resource center for up-and-coming photographers.
It made sense that I'd couple it with something that I enjoy, the process, the story, the project.
My live discussion aims at bringing together photographers from all over the world so we can share knowledge, interact, and help each other in every way possible.
YouTube's kind of like the perfect avenue for that.
as I started making those videos, my skills began to grow, and now I'm a better television producer because of it. So it's funny how it comes full circle.
In 2014, I was approached about creating jewelry making videos for a virtual retreat. I had to decline. I was terrified to be in front of the camera and had no clue about how to make a video.
In 2010, I posted my very first YouTube video. Summer of 2014, I went down to Florida to visit with my family. My sister invited me to be a guest on her YouTube channel.
I decided to face my fear and learn the basics of videography.
After we finished that video, she says, you know, you really need to start your own channel.
I posted my first dog collecting video in 2015. It received a bit of attention.
Fast forward to the fall of 2020, I decided to get a little serious and found out there was a lot more to it than just plopping a video on there.
And to be completely honest,
I had a love for social media. My first social media platform was actually Facebook.
when we first started podcasting, like, YouTube wasn't even a thought. It was nothing that we even thought about doing. You know, we just put it on our Facebook pages.
I had a great following on Facebook, so it was me noticing that I had such influence that I've always known I've had as a child.
We were getting a lot of feedback, a lot of good response, and you know, after a few episodes, you know, the idea was presented. It was like, hey man, go to YouTube.
And I wanted to be able to use that influence for good.
I now have joined the Army in 2015. I looked for resources to help me figure out if I, as a woman with a disability and chronic illness, could handle military life and could find resources to make it easier for me. And to be perfectly honest, I didn't find much. I don't want anyone else to feel that loneliness or mistakenly think that they have to navigate military life on their own.
When I live stream a lot, there's a lot of people, you know, they appreciate the content, you know, they feel like they have some form of entertainment, you know, someone with them in their house. You know, you never know what someone's going through, and if you can provide entertainment for them in those lonely days, or even when they're having fun, you know.
This is gonna sound kind of funny, but I started this channel for 10 people. The first conference I did, 10 people came, and I told them, okay, I want, if you give me your email address, I'm gonna do a newsletter.
I've been a professional musician all my life. I've been looking for a hobby to do to keep myself busy. I wanted to be able to record my music at home, fix up my studio, and I thought at the same time I might as well video it. Even from the days when I was in the band in Canada, Boot Sauce, myself and Perry, the other guitar player in the band, always edited all our videos.
I wanted to include some videos in my newsletter, and the program didn't allow me to do that. And then what I did is that I said, well, okay, I have an old channel that I opened a long time ago.
It's amazing how something so simple can turn into something that really affects your life. With all this stuff that's been happening for the past year or so, it was lucky for me that I had something else to do.
And that's how the whole thing started, with 10 people who have become today more than 900, and I'm very grateful about that.
So what's my reason again? So when people ask me why I started YouTube, I usually respond with, well, I just like making videos. I like documenting my life. I like sharing my tips and tricks with photography. I like having my friends on my videos, and that's all true, but there's actually more to it than that. Now, I usually say I always make my videos for myself first, and that is true, but I actually make it for other people also, meaning people closest to me. There's more to photography than just pressing the shutter button, more to making videos than just slapping clips together. And when the people closest to you don't validate what you're doing, you just gotta keep working, you gotta keep believing, and you just gotta trust in the process. So hopefully one day those people will say, hey, I'm proud of you. So for me, making these videos is a way for me to validate what I'm doing, and also that, hey, my dreams are worth chasing, and so are yours. Now, if only I can get a haircut. Let's just keep going.
I guess that's kind of why I YouTube, in the deep down sort of sense of it all.
Don't let your equipment slow you down from getting started.
Because we all love something. We all want to create something.
I've really enjoyed zoning in on my niche of creating jewelry.
Pretty much every time I upload a video, I get to see how much I've progressed. I get to see how much I've grown as a filmmaker and as a creator.
A sense of achievement that you get from putting a video out.
If you want to do all this and you want your views to really count and help towards something, then why not put it on YouTube?
I'm still not blowing it up as far as views and traffic, but I've managed to carve out a small niche in the doll and crafting video community.
You know, I knew I wanted to do something fun, be creative, and with her, the best person to do it with.
Go out and create. Have fun.
So where are we going with this?
My goal.
What's my goals with this channel?
Where do we see this channel going?
What I want it to be.
So where do I want to take my channel?
When I think about the future,
I'd love this to become.
Now in 2021, the only place I want to take this.
We had no idea what was going to happen.